Coming up on Ignite News, Mohawk explores healthy relationships.
A lot of times they're hurting, both men and women. Men are really hurt by sexism just as much as women.
A local film critic reacts to Argo winning Best Picture.
It was a good choice. Not my book, but it's been a good choice.
And Mohawk celebrates International Women's Day.
Oh, there's so many events going on.
Your Ignite News starts now.
Good morning and welcome to your Ignite News for Thursday, March 7th. I'm Adam Steinberg.
And I'm Paula Tobias. Here's what's making news. Mohawk College is happy to celebrate its 4th International Women's Day. We are joined by Catherine Kemp today here in the studio. So Catherine, tell us just a little bit more about this event.
Thanks, Paula. International Women's Day officially takes place tomorrow, but I had the chance to talk to coordinator Sue Prestige about the upcoming event. Marked Women's Day for more than 100 years. Each year has a theme for the celebration. Last year's theme was to empower rural women and to end world hunger and poverty. This year's theme is the Gender Agenda Gaining Momentum in hopes of achieving gender equality. Even with this celebration, many women's voices aren't being heard. Many women in many countries do not have the rights that we do in North America.
Women still bear the brunt of poverty, war, disease, and famine.
On March 8th, Mohawk College will also be participating in the event in hopes of raising funds and awareness for women's rights. Mohawk professor Sue Prestige, the coordinator of pre-media and entertainment, is helping to organize the event.
Oh, there's so many events going on. Let's see, we have our wall of inspiration where students can come up and write the name of a woman who inspires them on a piece of paper, and then our photography students will take their picture and we run it over and get it printed up right away and then do an entire wall with all these photos. We have a giant purple high heel shoe that has a tube behind it, so we're encouraging students to bring in all their pennies and pour them down the tube, and they come out at the toe of the shoe into buckets, and we're actually donating that to this.
For Prestige, Women's Day is very close to her heart, being a woman
in our house, so I do say so myself. I have always taught them that they can do anything, and they truly can. But they've got to realize and they've got to fight for what they believe are their rights. So.
Most of the events for Women's Day will take place in Mohawk's C Wing atrium. For Ignite News, I'm Catherine Kempt. Sue mentioned about the penny drive happening tomorrow, where all the proceeds will go to the Stephen Lewis Foundation.
So tell me, Catherine, what exactly does this charity do?
Well, the foundation supports grandmothers in Africa raising their grandchildren because their parents have died of AIDS.
Thank you, Catherine, for joining us today.
Thanks, Paula.
Canadian music icon Stompin' Tom Connors has passed away at the age of 77. Connors had a strong sense of patriotism that established him as one of Canada's strongest cultural icons. The legendary singer-songwriter is best known for the hockey song, which was a staple at arenas across the NHL. Connors made hundreds of songs with a strong Canadian identity based on actual events, people, and towns he had visited across the country. Connors is survived by his wife Lena, 2 sons, 2 daughters, and several grandchildren.
Mohawk's McIntyre Theatre was host to a live question and answer panel taking a look at some of the serious issues facing residents here. The discussion, which included leading doctors and CEOs, was inspired by the Hamilton Spectator Code series, which documented disparities in healthcare according to income. The audience was encouraged to approach an open mic and share experiences of poverty and Medicare. The panel will be lobbying the federal government to make changes to our healthcare system based on information gathered from these panels. Their next stops are in Charlottetown, and Calgary, and Montreal.
Ontario's governing Liberals will introduce legislation that will ban those under 18 from using tanning beds. Health Minister Deb Matthews will present a bill today that will ban tanning services for minors. The Ontario Medical Association has been calling for a ban since 2010 and welcomes the possible legislation. The bill was created in hopes of protecting minors from skin cancer.
Personally don't like them. They look really fake when people do get tans from them.
I think they're a waste of money and time, to be honest with you.
How do I feel about tanning beds? I think they're great.
Tanning beds, I have no idea what the hell they are.
I think that they're unnatural, they're not very healthy, and that the age restriction that's just been put on them is a good start.
I think it's a good thing. If it prevents health issues from happening to younger people, then I'm all for it.
I don't always get tans, but when I do, I prefer it at the gym. Keep tanning, my friends.
With pending legislation just around the corner, we asked Mohawk students how they felt about tanning.
Yeah, I knew that happened. You guys put the streeter before I introduced it, right? Hamilton police are cracking down on impaired driving. The 2013-15 police services. The 2013-15 Hamilton Police Services business plan lists increasing the number of ride programs in the Hamilton area and is one of its top priorities. Police made 538 arrests in 2012, the highest number in 15 years. However, Hamilton Police also held a record number for ride checks. Over 200,000 drivers were stopped last year alone.
That's me.
Yeah, I know, but the red light's on there since you read that. Police made 538 arrests in 2012, the highest number in 15 years. However, Hamilton Police also held a record number for ride checks. Over 200,000 drivers were stopped last year alone. A Hamiltonian woman has won the $30 million lottery. I know. Just gotta roll with the punches, you know. A Hamiltonian woman has won the $30 million lottery. The woman who won the Lotto 649 still remains a mystery since she has not claimed her prize. Tanya Vanu, a store clerk at the Big Bear on Lime Ridge Road, was working the day the lady came in to announce that she had won the lotto. The mystery woman checked her numbers at home before coming in on Wednesday. Vanu describes the woman as being very nervous and excited, not being able to believe that she had won. The terminal froze for about 5 minutes, and an OLG staff called Vanu to verify the winner.
In college, there are 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 men who are victims of sexual assault each year. Student Dee Barkhouse took part in this event for the first day. She says it's a great time to educate students. She explains what she would like other students to learn from this event.
Mostly just to explore healthy sexuality and healthy relationships. We're going to be doing this all week long, and we want to just make sure that people know that there are resources not only here in the college, but also in the community.
There were also facts on safety precautions for straight, gay, and bisexual relationships.
I am in a committed relationship with my girlfriend, and she's actually providing safety precautions for that genre as well, which I didn't even know existed.
I think it's pretty common now. Like, I guess people used to be drunk, but I'm finding like alcohol is sort of an easier way to kind of get guys can get results faster.
Aaron Crockett, Sasha's public education and coordinator in Hamilton, says that it is important to question the gender roles in a relationship.
I think it's important to question gender stereotypes as well, because a lot of times they're hurting both men and women. Men are really hurt by sexism just as much as women. So the expectation of men to be hyper masculine, to be super buff, to not be emotional, that sort of thing, it really hurts men.
Over 50% of first-year students coming to a college environment now will be a victim of some type of assault, not necessarily sexual, but violence of some kind. Is that something that we see in the counseling office? Certainly it is. Larissa also states that if everyone knows more about gender stereotyping, it will make for a better and more understanding community. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Paula Tobias.
Now let's take a look at what's coming up in sports, weather, and entertainment.
We got a little bit of rain and lots of cloud, but this weekend should be sunny and bright. All this and more coming up on your weather update.
Tonight is the first live eviction for Big Brother Canada. Find out which housemates are on the block and might be going home. Also, the MTV Movie Awards nomination has just been announced. Find out which movie leads the pack. All this and more in your entertainment news.
The Toronto Maple Leafs took on the Ottawa Senators, winning the latest installment in the Battle of Ontario. All this and more coming up in sports.
And here's a recap to today's top stories. Ontario's governing Liberals will introduce a legislation to ban under the age of 18 for using tanning beds. Hamilton police are cracking down impaired driving, and Canadian music icon Stompin' Tom Connors has passed away today on Wednesday. Now let's check in with Neil for your weather update.
Thanks, Paula. Nothing but clouds and mixed precipitation all over southern Ontario this morning. In Windsor, it's cloudy with temperatures just sitting above the freezing mark. It's 1 degree with flurries in London this morning. And going up the highway to Toronto, we have clouds covering the skyline and temperatures at 2 degrees. Down the QEW to Niagara Falls, it's cloudy and +2. And right here in Hamilton, it's cloudy with temperatures sitting at 1 degree. Looking ahead to the 24 hours in Hamilton, tonight we'll see a mixed precipitation, temperatures just below the freezing mark, and we'll drop to -3 with some cloud coverage. Tomorrow we'll see some sun and some cloudy periods with temperatures sitting at -2. Looking at the 5-day forecast, tomorrow we'll see cloudy periods with a high of -3 and a low of -2. Saturday will be sunny and warmer with warmer temperatures climbing up to 5 degrees and dropping to a low of -3. Sunday will have scattered showers, but temperatures will be up around 9 degrees with a low of 1. Next week starts with sun and cloud, a high of 4 and a low of -1. Tuesday will also have a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 1 and a low of -3. That's it for me with weather. Let's check in with Aeon and see what's happening in entertainment.
It seems the UK still has love for Justin Bieber after being over 2 hours late for a concert in London. Bieber has been given a Wembley Way Stone, the UK version of Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Justin Bieber joins the ranks of artists like Coldplay, who received the Wembley Stone. It was anyone's contest at the 85th Academy Awards. Chris Luck is up in the newsroom right now and tells us more. Chris, tell us who attended the awards. I really can't see.
Canadian indie rock band Colorado will be at This Ain't Hollywood on Friday, March 8th. Come out and enjoy some great music at one of Hamilton's legendary concert venues. Tickets are available at the door and online at thisainthollywood.ca. Enjoy nature and a Canadian tradition at the Maple Syrup Festival at the Westfield Heritage Village in Rockton. See how maple syrup is produced, then put some on your pancakes for a delicious treat. The Maple Syrup Festival runs on Sundays and holidays in March and throughout March break.
Then we're starting entertainment from the very beginning.
Okay.
Okay, then we're going to go to double box.
It seems the UK still has love for Justin Bieber after being over 2 hours late for a concert in London. Bieber has been given a Wembley Way Stone, the UK's version of Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Justin Bieber joins the ranks of artists like Coldplay, who received the Wembley Way Stone. It was anyone's contest at the 85th Academy Awards. Chris Luckett is up in the newsroom right now and tells us more. Chris, tell me, who attended the awards?
Thanks, Aeon.
Between Captain Kirk and Barbra Streisand, the biggest night in movies had something for everyone.
Oscar goes to Argo.
The 84th Academy Awards made a big splash, with over 40 million viewers tuning in. Untested host Seth MacFarlane found an effective balance between old-fashioned entertainment and youth-geared irreverence.
We saw your boobs. We saw your boobs. In the movie that we saw your boobs.
After an unfortunate tumble, Best Actress winner Jennifer Lawrence greeted a standing ovation.
You guys are just standing up because you feel bad that I fell, and that's really embarrassing, but thank you.
Daniel Day-Lewis made history by winning his third Best Actor Oscar for Lincoln.
Blood's been spilled to afford us this moment. Now! Now! Now!
Jack Nicholson welcomed First Lady Michelle Obama via satellite to present the night's biggest award, with Argo taking Best Picture. Film critic for View magazine, Albert DeSantis, felt Argo wasn't the most deserving nominee.
I would have gone with Django Unchained, or Django Unchained, just because like it was real awesome and crazy and weird, and had Django shooting people, which was neat. And then Argo was sort of the secondary level, which is really good. Then you got sort of various other ones, but it was a good choice. Not my choice, but a good choice.
Accepting the award for Best Picture, Affleck spoke of the importance of positive thinking and persistence.
And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up.
For Ignite News, I'm Chris Luckett.
Big Brother Canada is proving to be a hit for Slice TV. The series brought in over 4 million viewers in just 1 week. Torontonian Kat Yee was the first evicted house guest of the season. So who will be joining following Kat's footsteps? Tune in tonight at 10 p.m. for the live eviction on Slice. Let's take a look at what's happening on campus.
Hi Mohawk, I'm Neil Reyes. Here's what's happening around campus. Canadian indie rock band Colorado will be at This Ain't Hollywood on Friday, March 8th. Come out and enjoy some great music at one of Hamilton's legendary concert venues. Tickets are available at the door and online at thisainthollywood.ca. Enjoy nature and a Canadian tradition at the Maple Syrup Festival at the Westfield Heritage Village in Rockton. See how maple syrup is produced, then put some on your pancakes for a delicious treat. The Maple Syrup Festival runs on Sundays and holidays in March and throughout March break. The Great Canadian Fiddle Show is coming to the studio at Hamilton Place. See the best fiddlers in all of Canada in an exciting display of showmanship and musicianship. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster.ca. That's all for your community calendar. Let's take it back to the studio.
The MTV Movie Awards are just around the corner, and that means the nominations has been announced. Leading the pack at this year's movie award is Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, which has an impressive 7 nominations, including Movie of the Year. The hilarious teddy bear movie, Ted, is also tied with 7 nominations. And in third place is Silver Linings Playbook with a total of 6 nominations. Tune in on April 14th to find out if your favorite movies won. That's all for me, Mohawk. Now let's pass it to Rachel for your sports update.
Scored. But the bigger story in the game was the physicality in the first period. 26 seconds in, Toronto tough guy Fraser McLaren dropped the gloves with Ottawa's Dave Jasinski, leaving him motionless on the ice. Chris Neil and Colton Orr also squared off, reminding viewers that the Battle of Ontario is still one of the greatest rivalries in the NHL. Shifting to the hard court, the Toronto Raptors beat the Phoenix Suns 98-71, ending their 5-game losing streak. Leading all scoring for the Raps was DeMar DeRozan with 15 points. Amir Johnson added another 14 in the win. It was Sebastian Telfair's first time back to Phoenix since the team traded him to Toronto last month, in an exchange for Hamad Hadidi. The Raptors will try to harness this momentum, taking on the Lakers at the Staples Center on Friday. To the turf, the Hamilton Tiger Cats held their official launch to the CFL season. After a contentious debate as to where the Tabbies would be playing this year, the University of Guelph opened its doors to the team. The launch allowed players and fans to see how Alumni Stadium will change in the transformation from CIS to pro football. The hope is for a seating capacity of 13,000 to 14,000. And that's it for sports. Let's pass it back to Adam and Paula.
The annual Teddy Waste Awards have come around and Hamilton has been mentioned. The award was created by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation and recognizes the biggest wastes of taxpayers' money in Canada. Hamilton has been nominated for Worst Performance by City Roads Crew after the fiasco in January. It was discovered that workers were being paid for a full day's work after only working a few hours and even selling materials out of the back of work trucks. 29 public workers were fired by the city due to this.
That's all your news for Thursday, March 7th. I'm Adam Steinberg.
And I'm Paula Tobias. For more news coverage, check out our website at ignitenews.ca. Thanks for watching, Mohawk.